I have with me David Pakman. He is a progressive host and executive producer of the nationally syndicated radio and TV program, The David Pakman Show. And I wanted to talk to David Pakman. He is a beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. The beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. The beta male.
Can you remind the audience, when you talk about being a beta male and being an alpha male, what are we talking about here?
There are males, most men today,
Yeah.
male, they think and act like a woman. They're emotional, they are mentally off, they have no logic. And that's a beta male. They go along with homosexuality.
Hold on, whoa, Jesse, we got it. That's a lot.
LGBTQ.
That's a lot.
They
Hold on.
agree with everything that's raw. Abortion, they think and act just like a woman. A beta male does. But a non-beta male doesn't, because he's a logical thinking. And they're controlled by the darkness of David Pakman. He is a beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. The beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. The beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. The beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. David Pakman. He is a beta male. The beta male. David, you're not here to communicate. I really appreciate you coming on. I'm going to let you go. It's a waste of time to talk to you. We're not communicating. You're acting like an idiot.
Because you're asking bizarre questions
You're
and not
acting
answering
like an
any of them.
idiot, and you're wasting my time. I appreciate
ad
you
hominem.
coming. All right, thank
an
you
ad
for
hominem,
coming.
so you know
Goodbye.
that.
Goodbye. Let him go. That's a progressive vote. All men who are progressive, or males who are progressive, are weak people. They are weak.
All right, everybody, what an incredible day. We are here for the first address from President-elect Joseph R. Biden Jr., as well as Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. And it is going to be quite an evening, and there is so much to discuss. I was going to start 5 minutes before the start of the event, but I have so much stuff that people have sent me and things I want to show you and things to go over. I had actually promoted that I was going to be playing in a charity Among Us event tonight, raising money for children's hospitals. And because of this, I am not doing that right now. But at the end of the stream, I'll tell you more about that. And we might raid some of the other people, like former producer Louis Motomedy. People who remember Louis, he is actually in the middle of this right now over as Big Lou 49. And my thought is, at a certain point, we might even raid him. Excuse me. Or I might communicate with him on Discord, or let's just see what's going on. Okay, nothing. All right, very good. So anyway, we will, oh, I see the whole thing was muted. Let's see.
Nice work, Mr. Pakman.
Okay.
Oh, someone just mentioned my name.
Let's see, that's self-goal.
Oh, I turned into a race car?
That's weird. I tuned in and somebody said my name. But in any case, we're going to get to that later. Right now, we are preparing for, again, an incredible day, a day that Donald J. Trump hoped would never even come. And so we've got this going on. A producer, speaking of producers, producer Pat has 30 minutes of phony phone calls to the Trump voter fraud line where he's been calling and reporting, you know, all sorts of crazy things. And I thought maybe I would call the voter fraud line later, but my idea would be that I'm reporting, like the Trump voter fraud line, I'm reporting voter fraud in favor of Trump. I thought might be a funny thing, but we'll see. That'll be like, if the stream goes really well, we'll look at doing that. But there is just so much else to discuss. Now, I do want to say a couple of things. Many of you, as you know, well, maybe not as you know, there are many people in my audience who did not support Joe Biden in the primary. There are people in the audience who ultimately did vote for Joe Biden, and then some people who didn't, and, all sorts of different things. I think at this point, it's really important that we have a sort of well dialed in understanding of what was accomplished and what was not. This was the largest margin of victory from the standpoint of the popular vote that we've ever had. And it's still building for Joe Biden. Removing any incumbent president is very difficult. Bill Clinton did it in 1992. So even though there's a very good chance that the final electoral numbers are going to be exactly the same as Donald Trump's in 2016 or whatever, removing an incumbent president is very difficult. When we talk about the power of incumbency, Trump gets to fly around doing rallies in Air Force One, right? Biden doesn't have Air Force One. Trump's the one who can use, even though he shouldn't, the White House for events. Joe Biden cannot. And it's really just important to understand how difficult it is to remove an incumbent president. Even if this had been a 270 to 268 win, and we're going way beyond that, it is a major accomplishment. Removing Donald Trump in order to actually have someone start taking coronavirus seriously. I mean, I just want to remind you guys, today, 119,000 cases and 1,000 deaths. Yesterday, a record 132,000 cases and nearly 1,250 deaths. We need someone who right away is going to start talking to governors. What is going on with masks? What is going on with schools? We need somebody who is going to take actual doctors and say, these are the people that we need here. Okay, the importance of removing Trump cannot be overstated. We also want to recognize that there's going to be a Senate runoff and the possibility of John Ossoff taking a Senate seat, which right now we're just enjoying what's going on, and we're going to hear from the president-elect. Monday, you can bet your ass that we're starting with that Georgia race. Hugely, hugely important. And this is going to be, this is not the time to tune out is the point, because there is a lot of work to do. There's actually two, yes, as people are pointing out on Twitch chat, there is also, there's actually two runoffs happening in Georgia. I think the Ossoff one is the more likely one that could be won. But I understand there are two Senate races. There's a lot that needs to be done here. So this is not the time to tune out of politics is the point that I'm trying to make. Now, many of you were waiting on the edges of your respective seats for the call today. If you followed me on Instagram, you would have had your anxiety allayed very early, because on my Instagram today, I posted that I had an exclusive meeting with Oliver the Boston Pomeranian. He looked closely at the Pennsylvania data, and Oliver has never missed a call. He actually was very comfortable with calling it for Biden relatively early, and he was completely right. Absolutely and completely right. So if you're not following me on Instagram, why the hell not? But yes, very, very strong call from Oliver, the Boston Pomeranian. Not my dog. It's my friend's dog. And he's a savant. It's not the smartest dog, but when it comes to analyzing election data, he's just really, really good. And one of my favorite videos also on Instagram from this week is this one. Take a listen to this.
Knockout takes, Almunia saves, knockout follows in, Almunia saves again. Absolutely.
Emblematic of this race. There's Arizona. Handing off to Wisconsin. Looping past to Michigan. Set it up for Nevada, and just brutal. And the entire sane world absolutely losing their minds.
Do not scratch your eyes. You are really seeing the most extraordinary.
Okay. Anyway, so that's on my Instagram, and I do hope that you're following me there. Very, very important and exciting stuff. Okay. We are taking a fresh start. We really need a fresh start. The great thing now, well, actually, I was going to say the great thing about a presidential election is there's a clean break. January 20th is a clean break. Trump out, Biden in. The problem is that there's no indication Donald Trump is actually going to concede, which is just a formality. It's not even clear Donald Trump is going to accept that he has lost. It's not even clear Donald Trump will be at the inauguration. But to some extent, we're getting a fresh start and a clean break. And in order to celebrate that, we have a brand new coupon code, Fresh Start, all one word, all lowercase. And you can use that code at joinpacman.com. Any membership there's actually police about to break down the door and say this deal is too good. The coupon code Fresh Start saves you 70% at joinpacman.com, which is crazy. It's like, why am I even doing that? But we are doing it. And I want to say thanks to the 8 people who have signed up so far on my website. Very much appreciate it. We're also counting Twitch subs because it's an incredible day. 2235 puts us as +8 there, which is 16. I'll say more about that later. Okay, I'll say more about that later. There is actually coupon fraud. Actually, it's fraud and fraud. It's both that's going on. Okay, I don't know how many of you know this. Earlier today, Donald Trump announced that there was going to be, as the race was being called for Joe Biden, Donald Trump announced that there would be an event, a press conference at the Four Seasons in Philadelphia. And a lot of people thought, oh, that must be the Four Seasons Hotel. No. It was at a landscaping company reportedly located between a crematorium and a sex shop. And Rudy Giuliani showed up there. I've deliberately avoided listening to anything about it. I want to take a listen to what Rudy said. Let's listen.
Because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden is it? Who was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. We have to forget about the law.
Reportedly, this was not a medical incident. This was, I guess Rudy meant to say this stuff.
Judges don't count. All the networks thought Biden was going to win by 10%. Gee, what happened? Come on, don't be ridiculous. Networks don't get to decide.
By the way, this is not like this. This is really so. Rudy Giuliani completely melting down at a landscaping facility between a sex shop and a crematorium. You know, I don't know who you guys were watching or listening to before the election, and maybe you were looking at a lot of different people. By the way, thanks to David Chadman for an extraordinarily powerful 50 donations of subscriptions on Twitch. That is wild. That's extremely powerful. Thanks, David Chadman. I had been saying from the very beginning, and I hope you guys remember this, that when we see a poll that says Biden up 8, 10, or 12, I have no expectation whatsoever that Biden is going to win by that much. And I made it clear that we should expect a win somewhere between 3 and 6 points, that it is not going to be as big of a win as those polls were predicting. So anyway, who cares what Rudy Giuliani says at this point? I actually tweeted, I've been tweeting pretty strongly today, actually, and I tweeted not long ago, the world is improved by saying goodbye officially to the likes of Trump, Don Jr., Melania, Bill Barr. By the way, no one's seen Bill Barr since the super spreader event at the White House. We don't even know if he's alive. Ivanka, Jared Kushner, Kayleigh McGarnanani, Jason Miller, Rudy Giuliani, Betsy DeVos, Mike Pompeo, and many others. But rest assured, they'll continue to plague us in unofficial ways. These may all end up being Fox News contributors. But yes, we are all much better off by getting rid of these people. So let's see. We already did this. What else did I have for you guys? Oh, we got a very strong endorsement today. Tom Arnold of, Tom and Roseanne. You guys know who I'm talking about, Tom Arnold. Tom Arnold tweeted a really strong endorsement of the David Pakman Show today. I've enjoyed this man's excellent work. Well, he should talk to Jesse Lee about that because Jesse Lee Peterson doesn't accept that I'm a man. But I've enjoyed this man's excellent work. Check him out. So really, really strong endorsement from Tom Arnold of True Lies fame. And then I did want to just briefly show you that Donald Trump, his entire Twitter feed is just riddled with flags about how his tweets are misleading. His tweets are, his claims are disputed. It's absolutely and completely crazy. I want to say thanks to Shade Lang. Shade Lang has just gifted 100 subscriptions and has blown David Chadman out of the water. Really, really crazy. There seems to be people are out of control. This is like indistinguishable from a satire account or like the Trump trolls I have. It's just unbelievable. All caps, the observers were not allowed into the counting rooms. Now, a lot of the debate that's happening is as to whether the observers should have been allowed in. The observers were allowed in. If you actually talk to people in Michigan, Pennsylvania, wherever Trump is suing, there were Republican and Democratic observers in every room. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what is going on. And it's going to be, you know, one of the things I'm curious actually to hear from you guys about this. One of the things that's been notable over the last 24 hours, you know, and even longer, well, depending on how long you feel that this has been over, it's been amazing how the whole atmosphere has just changed where, you know, I think 96, well, you know, call it a week ago. A week ago, when I see this stuff, my blood pressure would go up. Oh my God, he's doing it again. This is the president. This is absolutely insane. Now when I see this, it's like these are the dying gasps. These are the death throes, so to speak, of a guy who, you know, never should have even been president to begin with. Let me read a text message from, hold on a second. My manager sent me a message. He said, the energy in the air already feels different, which I think is just exactly the way to say it. And we're not we know we may not have the Senate. We know that Republican obstruction is going to become, you know, a cartoonish farce. We understand that stuff. But the door has been opened. People, as they're pointing out, CNN is just now saying this guy's a liar. And unfortunately, this is the stuff that should have been going on all along. That's the unfortunate reality, but at least it's happening. At least it's happening. Let's see here. Avanian with a 600 Swedish kroner super chat says Trump will lose his public person protection on Twitter when Biden is installed. We call it inaugurated. Installed sounds a little dystopian. On January 20th, how long until he is banned? Yeah, I think that there's a good chance Trump is at risk of getting banned from Twitter once he doesn't have that public person protection. I think that's absolutely true. Joe says, what crime are you breaking with the coupon code? Well, much like Trump would say, you know what it is. The fake news media won't write about it, but you all know what it is. They spied on my coupon codes. It's the greatest political crime in American history that's ever been committed. Casper Stigard checking in from my hometown, Buenos Aires, with the question, have U.S. windows started shrinking already? Yeah, I had a bunch of tweets about that. I was having a grand old time on Twitter earlier. What did I tweet? Hold on. When Biden is sworn in, do we have to flush toilets 10 to 15 times like Trump says, or is that going to be optional? Does anyone know what day we can officially expect Thanksgiving to be canceled, indoor heating to be eliminated, and all guns to be confiscated? And then I think I had one more. Yeah. Does the communism start immediately or not until the inauguration? all very good questions. By the way, if you guys want to understand why this is not the time where we can tune out, there is no greater example than the people whose radicalization has exploded. Listen to this email I got today from Edward. You are an ignorant sucker. Even Jay Baker, I assume they mean Jim Baker, has more sense. Under Biden, you baby killers, you know, using some other words, whoremongers, racists, bigots, sodomizers, adulterers will fall by the hands of God, etc. So I'm interested in what's etc. You are not going to keep killing babies and live. Earthquake came under Obama's watch and will come again under Biden. All those stupid voters will pay. Obama left giving billions. It's like hard to even parse it. To Iran, and I hope Trump does worse to put you heathens under his thumb. I will be moving out of this stupid country. The funny thing is, where do you go? Like if you are so conservative that you have to leave because Biden's president, where the hell do you even go? Where will even allow you, first of all? But where do you even go? It's bizarre. You will be taken over by Iran, Russia, China, North Korea because they will not respect a woman child molester and a dope smoking thing named Cammy. When his brain is gone, she will be in charge and you heathens will really go down. No jobs means crooks will break into your expensive homes and molest your nasty women. Peace be still. So anyway, the point is, this is not where we, you know, when Barack Obama became president, the vigilance had to go up, and we actually have to get stuff done now. We actually have to get stuff done, and that's something that we all have to remember. People asking what's going on. So President-elect Joseph R. Biden Jr. will be addressing the country in about 15 minutes. Now, I had some people emailing me saying, David, he's not president-elect until December 14th. Guys, that's the case every year. You're saying that because you believe Trump's fraud claims. The term president-elect is used. I understand what you're saying. The electors haven't certified. We're using the term president-elect. It's been called. Trump has no sensible, maybe better said, path at this point in time. Okay, let me update my subscriber numbers. We are now up to 48 website members, which is an additional 40, putting us at 56. We have a goal of 290 because that's the number of electoral votes that, as of right now, Joe Biden has. If we take a look at the really, really strong numbers, Nevada has been called. Pennsylvania has been called. Joe Biden could get to 306 with Georgia. And the popular vote lead has now gotten to 4.4 million record, and also a 2.9 percentage point lead from the standpoint of the popular vote. That's where we got our goal of 290. We're also counting Twitch subs. We are at 2388, which is an additional 153. Wait, 153 plus 56. That's 209. Okay. Very good. Okay, I have some other things. Let me just go through what else I have for you guys because I have so much. Okay. We played this on stream yesterday. This is Donald Trump's spiritual advisor, Paula White. And this went insta-viral, okay? And I asked for memes and remixes, so take a look at this.
And strike, 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 and strike until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain.
Okay, you guys came through. In just 24 hours, I received so many remixes and different things. One idea I had was that somebody should place me in the background, and that's exactly what was done. I apologize that the quality on this one isn't perfect, but you've got to see this. This is just great stuff. Keep an eye out for me in the background, okay?
Strike and strike and strike and strike and strike.
Oh, and also a nice touch on this one is that you hear Trump saying plasma in the background if you listen closely. It's like perfect.
And strike 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 until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory.
And here I come. Ready? Here we go.
I hear a sound of victory.
There I am.
It is done. The Lord says it is done. The Lord says it
I think I come back a few times.
I hear victory, 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 victory in the corners of heaven. In the corners of heaven. Victory, victory,
There I am. I'm coming back with my papers.
victory. For angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now.
Oh, God. There I am again. Okay, anyway, so that one was really well done, and then I have some others as well. Let me just make sure we're not missing anything. We still have a little while until Joe Biden speaks. Okay, Jethro Bradley has done some fantastic remixes for us, and he sent me one yesterday, hot off the presses, called Paula White is Winning.
In the name of Jesus, from South America, they're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. From Africa. Pika hata anda ata. I hear the sound of victory.
This is the jam.
Pika hata anda ata. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of winning, winning, winning. Pika hata anda.
This is Grammy material, guys. I'm not gonna lie.
Winning, winning, winning. Pika hata anda ata. Oh, the bata rata ande eke eke.
It really is unbelievable. And then I got from DJ Physic. This is from DJ Physic. This is another David Pakman Show exclusive, In the Name of Jesus.
And secrecies and demonic plans and networks, we break it up and we command that it be exposed right now in the name of Jesus. Strike and strike and strike and strike and strike and strike in the name of Jesus. Strike and strike until you have
Different
victory.
feel.
For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory. Strike and strike and strike and strike and strike.
Okay, and then our good friend Joseph Woodward, he put one together. Joseph Woodward, by the way, is the composer of such David Pakman Show classics as David Pakman is a Beta Male.
I have with me David Pakman.
Okay, also the author of Plasma.
Today, I'm pleased to make a truly historic announcement in our battle against the China virus that will save countless lives.
Okay, so anyway, Joe Woodward put this together very, very strongly and quickly. This is called Angels Are Being Dispatched Right Now.
In the name of Jesus, anything that would be of an antichrist spirit, we break it right now.
Right.
In the name of Jesus, every antichrist spirit, we break it right now. Angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched. They're coming here. In the name of Jesus, from South America, they're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. Angels are being dispatched right now. Angels are being released right now.
Right now.
They're coming here. In the name of Jesus, from South America, they're coming here.
South America. Can you imagine? I mean, it's what you people have been able to do is really unbelievable. In 24 hours, we have a video remix and 3 song remixes, and I still think one of the great moments of this one is right about here. Oh wait, no.
I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of winning.
Right there. That's just genius. And if you haven't heard, Jethro Bradley also did Song for Kamala.
Biden even shows as his running mate the most liberal senator in America. Kamala. Senator Kamala Harris.
Beautiful bass line.
Democrat. Kamala.
Powerful.
If you have a pre-existing condition, heart disease, diabetes, breast cancer,
Anthemic.
they're coming for you. If you love someone who has a pre-existing condition, they're coming for you. If you are under the age of...
Senator Kamala.
Anyway, really, really strong song. And then also, I'm catching people up. There's so many people here who haven't ever heard this stuff. Also from Jethro Bradley. This is called Suppression Balls.
They want to go out and they want to touch, they want to vote. I'm working my ass off here. I'm soaking wet already. Suppression balls. You can't hold them. I'm soaking wet already. Suppression balls. Now, yesterday we had 3 big ones, really big. Suppression balls. Don't give me the umbrella. I'm soaking wet already. But they put numbers. You know, they're called suppression. Suppression balls. They make you, like, feel badly. So you say to your wife or you say to your husband, darling, let's go out to dinner and then we'll come back. We love our president. But, you know, the polls say he can't win. Well, right now we're leading in almost everywhere. We're leading. Well, I'm soaking wet already. Suppression balls. Red, wave.
I'm soaking. What does he say? I'm soaking wet already. That must have been from one of the events where it was raining and Trump complained that it rained. Can you guys imagine never having to watch a Trump rally again? It's really crazy. But this is just, it's crazy. The level of creativity and ingenuity from people in the audience. Really, really, really unbelievable. So I appreciate everybody who sent stuff in. Okay. We are now just 6 minutes from the first national address. We're first expecting to speak from Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. She, of course, will be the first woman to ever be president or vice president and happens to be a woman of color. Her husband will be I believe, fact check me if you guys can. Her husband will be the first Jewish spouse of presidential or vice presidential spouse, second gentleman, I guess is what we're calling it. Just very, very interesting what we have coming up here. So we'll hear from Kamala Harris. Then we're going to hear from the actual president-elect, Joseph R. Biden Jr. So a lot of very important things. And then if you're just joining us, I want to just remind you guys one more time that, oh, wait a second. Oh, no, I don't have it anymore. Okay, no, I had an image I was going to put up, but I don't have it, which is fine. We have plenty of other things to do. Okay. Let me say thank you to the additional 20 folks who just signed up on my website, putting us at 229. Once we add in Twitch, which is at 2390, we go to 231. Yeah, so we already talked about how Monday's going to be a big show because I'm going to lay out the next 2 months, 6 months, and 12 months in some ways. And one of the important things is that whether or not Democrats get the Senate, we're getting a fresh start here. And that's why we have this coupon code, Fresh Start. I invite you. I'm inviting you right now. This is a formal invitation. Get a membership on my website, joinpacman.com. These are really cheap. When we build our own revenue, we become sort of like immune, almost like a bubble around us from when YouTube might cut revenue or Facebook or things can happen on Twitch or whatever. So if you've appreciated the coverage, if you've got, $1.80 a month is all we're talking about with that coupon code Fresh Start, head on over to joinpacman.com, sign up. You will move this bar. It will fill up. And we are now getting into the difficult time. When we expected Hillary Clinton to win in 2016, I had no misperception that the next 4 years were going to be sitting back. It was going to be, if Hillary had won, a president to my right, who we would have had to really push to get things done. Instead, we got Trump. Okay, and we've had to play defense for the last 4 years. All that's happened is we're getting the ball back. One of the balls. We don't know exactly what's going to happen in the Senate. This is now the time where we have to say, hey, Joe Biden, you had these 50 campaign promises. We expect that stuff to happen. We need to do our work in the House. So this is really the time to start. And I hope that we're going to have you guys with us. And this is all to say, we have a disgusting coupon code that saves you 70%. It's called Fresh Start. And you can use it on literally any membership you want on my website, joinpacman.com. Could be monthly, year, just whatever you want. We're not means testing it. It's a disgusting, disgusting coupon code. People are talking me out of the coupon code. I actually may be talked out of it before you know. Okay, what else do we want to get to? Yeah, I've been thinking about calling the Trump voter suppression line or the voter fraud line. Let me see. I guess Eric Trump's been tweeting out the phone line. Let me see if I can find it. I'll try calling it. What is the number? Eric Trump all day has been saying, if you're aware of any fraud, please call this number. But now I can't find the number, unfortunately. Does anybody know what number that is? Oh, man. 867-5309. Yeah, that sounds right. That seems like it could be. Maybe they've taken it down. Maybe they've taken... Yeah, maybe I can't do it. I was looking forward to doing that, but hold on. Did somebody text me the number? No. Is this for real? 800-895-4152. I want to actually see it somewhere myself. Let me see. Trump voter fraud number. Trump's election fraud claims make no headway. Damn, I'm just not sure. Hassan gave out the number. Yeah, so many people are putting up different numbers. Can someone tell me where to find it? Because if someone tells me where to find it, it's on Eric's Twitter, people are saying. Yeah, I'm just not seeing it. The tweet is still up. Let's see. Fraud. Yeah, I'm just not finding it. It's a picture on his Twitter. Okay, so if I look at media. Oh, I think I found it. Okay, let's look at this. Let's see. Report a case. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to try it. Let me just, I'm going to try to call the voter fraud line and see what's going on. Hold on a second. Now people are telling me my website is down. Website seems fine. There's 400 people on the website right now. But it seems fine. Oh, it's getting a little sluggish. Yeah, I apologize about that. There's a lot of people trying to sign up right now. Unfortunately, there's not too much I can do about that. It should fix itself. Okay, let's see. Calls. 800. See if we can do this. New call. Dial pad. 800-895-4152. Let's just see what happens.
All of our agents are busy helping other customers. At the tone, please record your message. When you finish...
All right. Well, that's not going to work. They must be getting trolled pretty aggressively right now. The website is working. It's just slow, guys. It's just slow. There's 500 people on the website right now. But it is working. My idea was, so I don't, because the voter fraud narrative is so bogus about fraud in favor of Biden, my idea for calling the voter fraud line was going to be to say, I'm reporting, I saw someone with a wheelbarrow wearing a Trump hat and a wheelbarrow full of Trump ballots, and I'm reporting Trump voter fraud, and just see kind of how they respond. That was my idea. I'm not that clever with that stuff, but yeah, I guess we're not going to be able to do it. The number's getting overwhelmed by false reports. Okay, let's see here. Wow, almost 600 people on my website. That's insane. We don't get that kind of traffic typically. It's insane. Yeah, Rudy Giuliani reportedly is running the call center. You guys want to just see one more? Is there audio, by the way? What's going on here? Oh, okay. This is... Hold on. Where's the Rudy? If you're just joining us, I want to show you this. Rudy Four Seasons. Check this out. This was Rudy earlier today at a location between a porn store and a crematorium at a landscaping shop. This was what but this is not the one I wanted. Hold on. The video we played earlier is really good. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. Check this out.
The poll? Because they don't decide the election. The call for Joe Biden isn't. Who was it called by? Oh my goodness, all the networks. Wow. All the networks. We have to forget about the law. Judges don't count.
I think that this is an important time to mention that their new idea now is that they're trying to push the idea that something bad has happened because the judges haven't yet weighed in. Like, this is an election. There's no rule that says until judges weigh in on the election isn't valid. It's ridiculous. It's just, even this entire concept of legal votes versus not legal votes is a complete fiasco. It's really, really poor Rudy, right? Okay, I'm being given a second number. Let me see. I'm being given another number. Oh, I've got a second number that may be one where we can actually report. I've got a second number where I might be able to report voter fraud on the behalf of Donald Trump. We're going to check it out in a moment. But right now, we are standing by now for Joseph R. Biden Jr. He will be briefing us on the path forward as president-elect for the first time. Let me try one more call here. Call number.
Thank you for calling the Trump National War Room. All of our agents are busy helping other callers. At the tone, please record your message. When you finish recording, you may hang up.
Yeah, it's all shut down, guys. I mean, it's people are just destroying these plays. These numbers are not able to keep up. It's completely out of control. Okay, ABC News is now live waiting for the president-elect. We are now inside the room live waiting for the president-elect, and a lot is happening here. This is going to be very, very interesting. This is going to be really, really interesting. A few super chats. Let me get to some super chats. I apologize that I've not gotten to them. Michael says Trump is going out like Lotso went out at the end of Toy Story 3. I didn't see that one. David Belsky says no one likes us. No one likes us. No one likes us. We don't care. We're from Philly. Trump don't like us. We don't care. Bola says, is it safe to drop the panic? I know we have to stay on Biden to do right by us, but he's got no legal way to stop Biden at this point. Thanks. Yeah, there's no legal way that makes sense. You know, there are these different ideas that are thrown around, very, very hypothetical, very, very, how would I say it? Far-fetched, I think is what I would say. And Amber Gifford says, David, do you think Biden can institute a national mask mandate? And do you think he will replace the Surgeon General, or is that even a necessity possible? Surgeon General, I don't know. The president cannot put in a mask mandate. The president can do two things. The president can talk to governors like adults and say, listen, let's do this. Let's come together, do a mask mandate. He can talk to governors, and the governors could do it because that is something that's regulated by the states. If the federal government wants to do a mask mandate, again, I'm not a lawyer. This is the best assessment I've gotten from lawyers. You could regulate through the commerce regulation powers of Congress. You could pass a bill, House, Senate, signed by the president, but the president cannot unilaterally issue a mask mandate to the best of my knowledge. And that is per lawyer. So I'm sticking with that. Oliver says, musical Dr. Woodward, please incorporate Biden's speech into a new song. Title it Trump Flags at Half-Mast. There's an idea for Joe Woodward. It's an idea. Kane, not Kanye, says now would be a good time for the 25th Amendment. Stop the damage. James says happy VT Day. And Ralph says Jimmy from Philly was apparently not able to get out the vote there. Yeah, speaking of which, just because we have a little time, let me do a check of the voicemails to see if some of the furious Trumpists have been calling in. Oh, yeah. Listen to, okay, should I play this? This is one of the most vile callers we have. Take a listen to this. I have not pre-screened this, so let me just warn you. This may not be suitable for children, and in all likelihood, it's not suitable for children. Let's take a listen.
Hey, little prickless. Now that your hero is there, are you going to sit there in your little kimono and wear your little hat and eat rice because it's going to be called no free speech, red Chinese communist speech? And
it's like, this is just so stupid. It's hard to even take it seriously.
But you can't have pork because you might offend the Ayatollahs.
No, I don't eat pork because I don't eat pork. It's not because Muslims wouldn't like it.
After all, they're going to love this, too. They're going to make a bomb, and I hope they drop it right on your freaking ass.
It's weird. Like, Trump got out of the Iran nuclear deal, which would free up Iran to develop nukes. Can you understand how backwards it is to say, right, when Obama got Iran into the nuclear deal, they were going to make bombs while in the deal, even though they abided by the deal. Trump gets out of the deal. Iran now has no reason not to start redeveloping those nukes. And the guy says, if we get back into a deal, Iran is going to, I mean, it's incoherent, as I'm sure you guys can tell. And let's see who, I think this guy called in a second time. Let's take a listen.
Hey, Danielle Prickless. You ain't going to be happy very long because, we're going to obstruct and we're going to do the same thing to you Democrats and progressives as you did to us. We're going to do Amy Coney Barrett's and Kavanaugh's and whatever.
Biden
ain't going to get any of his choices put through. We're going to freeze him out. You bunch of lying, cheating son of a bitches. And one good thing with Biden, I heard that he already called Corn Pop and his crew, his posse, to be his security, so we won't have to pay.
This is highly triggered. I mean, as you guys can tell, this is an extremely triggered individual.
Taxpayers won't have to keep paying for security guards because Corn Pop's going to protect them. You guys are a bunch of lying, cheating bastards. If you didn't cheat, you wouldn't win. You know,
it's so weird how, like, Biden just got more votes in enough states to win. You really couldn't have a simpler election. It's like, wait a second. Okay, who got more votes in Pennsylvania? Biden got more votes. Oh, he won Pennsylvania. And they're making it like this is, you know, you need a PhD in advanced math, you know, like to figure this thing out. Biden just got more votes in enough states.
You do flap your arms around and lay an egg, lay a big pile of shit in your pants. I bet you peed your pants when you heard they said that he supposedly won, but he didn't. I guarantee you he's going to end up losing and Trump's going to stay in there. You're an asshole. I'd like to stick that microphone right up your ass, but there's so much shit between your legs and your pants. You flap around like a freaking chicken. You're a real queer. Remember, look out for Corn Pop. And we're going to obstruct you, and we're going to make it so difficult that his nominees are going to give up. So let's see how well he does. Bunch of lying shits.
Anyway, so this is a little peek behind the curtain at what's going on. Let me see if anybody else called in, like Troy York. Yeah, okay, so here's another guy. This is Troy York. Looking at the transcript, he looks pretty triggered.
Yes, David Pakman, the integrity of our electoral system has been undermined by the Democrat Party.
Mm-hmm.
They have completed complete and massive voter fraud and voter suppression. They have used the mainstream media to voter suppress. For all the lies of your guests, Greg Palast being the top one.
Greg Palast hasn't been on the show for 6 or 7 years. I don't know what he's talking about.
Was made a career from his lies of voter suppression against African Americans. The actual voter suppression and manipulation by the media, calling orange.
Yeah, is he talking about voter frogs? Is he claiming frogs voted? It's a weird pronunciation.
Man, racist, and all your lies from the media, and including yourself, in essence, works as voter suppression. You inflame people with your racist, inflammatory rhetoric against Trump.
I'm racist against Trump? What's Trump's race that I've been racist against? That's weird.
To basically volunteer.
This guy's calling in about voter frogs. Oh, someone's calling right now. Calling in about voter frogs and integrity. Integrity. This is weird. All right, so anyway, there's that. And then let me see if Jimmy from Philly called in. Oh, we have voicemails from Jimmy from Philly. You guys want to see the evolution of this? So here's Jimmy from Philly on Wednesday. I haven't this is going to be a real treat. Let's see what his mood was as we wait for Joe Biden. This is Jimmy from Philly on Wednesday. Let's take a listen to that.
Jimmy from Philly. Wiped. How does it feel to know that Trump's going to win anyway, despite all this bullshit? And even if they call for him, he's going to win in court. David, the corruption is so massive. It's hard to imagine. You fucking idiots, man. It's too much, man. It really is. It's quite entertaining, David. Keep putting up them gaslighting videos, because it's entertaining, David. I mean this.
All right, so that was Jimmy from Philly Wednesday. Jimmy from Philly called back again yesterday. Let's see if his mood changed at all.
David, Jimmy from Philly. I'm reading your articles that Trump claims without evidence. David, every fucking thing that comes out of your mouth is without evidence.
Mouth.
There are scores of videos all over the internet. Poll workers changing ballots.
Ballots?
There's all kind of irregularities.
Whoa, hold on. I got to listen to that again. How was that? Was that irregularities there? Let me listen to that again.
Poll workers changing ballots. There's all kind of irregularities.
I don't even think I'm able to pronounce that sound. Irregularities. I don't even know what letter that is. I think that's a new letter. That's a 27th letter.
David, they can call Biden the winner all the fuck they want.
Right.
This shit's going to get settled in court. Believe me, Trump ain't going nowhere, though.
So anyway, so all of our favorite Trumpist viewers are checking in really, really strongly, just to give you guys a sense of what's going on behind the scenes. Man, that is exhausting. That is exhausting. Somebody's asking me to use the PBS feed. Okay, I guess people would rather. Do you guys want to see until the speech starts the stage, or do you want to see the party? Let me know which one you guys prefer. People prefer the party. Most people seem to prefer the party. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Okay, let me get an updated count. We are up to 209 website members, which puts us at 59,141 plus 231 would be 372. That's a strong number. And then we're counting Twitch. The Twitch number went down. Some people's monthly subs must be expiring. But let's see. It looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 2383. That's an additional 8, which puts us at 380. That's great. Yeah, so our goal is going to be 538, just one for each electoral vote. Okay. We are very close. I mean, I'm guessing we're close. This is now, what time is it? 8:17. So we're now 20 minutes past. I guess, now, and producer Pat is texting me numbers as well. Yeah, those are the two I called, Pat. Yeah, they're both off the hook. We tried calling the Trump voter fraud number. And, hold on. My attorney is sending me a message. You can't justify a full mask mandate under the Interstate Commerce Clause. Maybe for interstate travel, transportation, but not otherwise. Oh my God. Our attorney has spoken. Jesus, I bet he's billing me a half hour for that. That is really, really crazy. I think I just got billed a half hour because I read this text, guys. But the David Pakman Show lawyer says no go on interstate. I read something about that from a lawyer that, to be perfectly frank, Mike, I think is a little bit more in this field than you might be. No, I'm kidding. Who could possibly be more in that field? But let me see if I can find it. Mask mandate, interstate commerce clause. Geez, that was a $400 text. Okay, the Civics Project. A federal mask mandate would be difficult. In theory, the president acting through HHS and CDC could issue a mask order. However, regulations under Section 361 deal mostly with short-term quarantines or even fumigation of goods. You know, that's what Biden should do. He should say, if you don't mandate masks, we're going to come in and fumigate the hell out of you. Fumigate for what? Doesn't matter. Just to avoid mass fumigations. Maybe governors would agree to just do mask mandates. Courts may find that a nationwide mask mandate would be stretching this authority too far. People would also likely argue that the mask order violates other constitutional provisions or the rights of states under the 10th Amendment. Some litigations have already raised religious freedom objections. Can you imagine? Okay, here's the relevant part. The Commerce Clause grants Congress the power to regulate activities that substantially affect interstate commerce. Thus, Congress could probably require any person engaged in commerce to wear a mask. A broader requirement would likely face more substantial legal opposition. Okay, so that's a little stronger, actually. That's not just if you are doing commerce across state lines. It's if you're involved in commerce, is what it seems to say. Congress also has the power of the purse. Congress could allocate money to states and localities to fight the pandemic, but require states taking money implement a state-level requirement. Okay, that's interesting. There are limits on the ability of Congress to coerce states. Tying money for a viral pandemic to limit the spread seems likely to be consistent with previous judicial interpretation. The bigger issue might be politics. A bill would require significant bipartisan agreement to happen. Yeah, so if Democrats don't have the Senate, that's certainly not happening. I'm actually thinking the strongest move, if we decide that we want a mask mandate. And again, the problem with the idea of a mask mandate is if you're out hiking in the woods in, wherever by yourself, it would need to be done in a way where nobody feels like it's cartoonishly ridiculous. But I think the best path would be for Biden to start talking to states, even while he's just president-elect, start talking to governors and say, listen, work with me. Let's do this. Let's actually have a coordinated effort. We are expecting the vaccine, by the way, what happened to 100 million doses by October 31st? We're expecting the vaccine, whatever is the real date. Maybe we'll actually get the real date soon. Give me 2 months of, if not a mandate, just really saying wear a mask all the time, period. Because people do listen to a lot of these governors. I think just old Joe greasing the wheels may be the only way to go. Okay, hold on. I'm getting more texts. Oh, okay. I'm only getting billed a quarter hour for that. Good. Very good. It's like I might need to hire another lawyer to evaluate whether these are valid, whether I'm being properly. Speaking of which, I tweeted about this yesterday. Where was this? Caitlin Collins tweeted about it, and it's just so funny. Hold on. Where is that video? I need to find it. It was last night I tweeted about it. Oh, here it is. This is the best. Caitlin Collins reported yesterday that Trump is wondering whether his lawyers are really the right legal team to essentially to steal the election on these spurious grounds. Take a listen to this.
But the question that the president himself seems to be raising tonight is about the team that he's assembled to fight for him in court. We've seen so far that's been Rudy Giuliani, the former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, Matt Morgan, who is a Trump campaign attorney, and a few others. But Jake, we're being told tonight by sources that the president is raising questions about the effectiveness of that team and asking people.
Trump is starting to wonder whether Rudy, who today did an event at a landscaping company between a porn shop and a crematorium. Trump may be questioning whether Rudy will really be able to get the election back for him.
Going to be able to properly fight for him and do a good enough job, basically suggesting he doesn't think that they're up to the task. And he's even told one person he wants them to find him better attorneys to put on his team because he wants a team of what he described to one person.
Understand how stupid this is. This is like if I hire a lawyer for something that's ridiculous. Like I hire a lawyer to get me to Mars in the next 3 weeks. And then I say, I'm not sure that this lawyer is up to the task of getting me to Mars in the next 3 weeks. Like, well, no, it's an impossible task. Of course, it's not the lawyer's fault. It's just unbelievable. We're, I guess, almost a half hour late here. Maybe this is something that Joe Biden is going to pick up on from Trump, just being late to events. But we're first expecting to hear from Kamala Harris, Vice President-elect, first woman president or VP in the United States, woman of color. She will be ushering in the first Jewish second gentleman, Doug. What is Doug's last name? I just blanked on Doug's last name. Ellsmore? What's his last name? I forget now. Emhoff. Yes, exactly. Doug Emhoff. No, not Doug Stanhope. Doug Emhoff. And then, of course, Joe Biden will be taking office as the oldest president ever to take office, only the second Catholic president to take office, the other being, of course, John F. Kennedy. And so a very, very interesting administration coming in. There are starting to be rumors about who might be on the docket, so to speak, in terms of cabinet. I still think, given another 4 years, Jared Kushner could solve the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I think he just ran out of time. So I think that that's something that maybe Joe Biden should consider. I think Kushner maybe is the right guy. He just didn't get enough time. And he was so busy getting everybody ventilators and doing masks and swabs and everything. I think Kushner was just brought elsewhere. I think we definitely want to have him back in. No, but I read Pete Buttigieg maybe for VA secretary, which I think is actually interesting because the idea of having someone, of course, Pete Buttigieg being a veteran, but having a certain political bent, I actually think that that's interesting. I think that would be very, very interesting. And Elizabeth Warren's name not floated so far. I think Warren would be interesting for Treasury Secretary, quite frankly, or Secretary of Education. Bernie, the thing about Bernie is Bernie more useful in the Senate? Don't we need Bernie's voice in the Senate? I think that that's a real question. It's not clear to me that you definitely want to take Bernie out of the Senate. I would be interested in hearing from you guys about that, maybe if we open the phone lines a little bit later. HUD, I don't know. People are asking me about Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. And by the way, Elizabeth Warren's absence, as people are pointing out, would also, from the Senate, would also potentially be something negative there. Andrew Yang, Andrew Yang, he could be Secretary of Commerce. Andrew Yang could be, I think there are potential spots for somebody like Andrew Yang. I don't know, but there's going to be time. There's going to be time. People talking about Preet Bharara for Attorney General. We are going to need to appoint a secretary of the laptop from hell so we can figure out what exactly happened there. I still want to figure out. I want to know more about the laptop repair guy, to be perfectly honest, because this guy must be really good. I mean, imagine being a blind laptop repair guy and people fly across the country to have you repair their laptops. You must be able to do something with these laptops that no one else has ever been able to do. I think that there's a lot to figure out there. Yeah, the laptop from hell, a very, very clever way to refer to it. I have to say, I am going to miss some of the things that come out of Donald Trump's mouth, but we will be all better off with them gone. Like the laptop from hell is funny. Trump stories that start with sir, including ones where supposedly Melania came to him and said, "Sir, they weren't talking about your Nobel Peace Prize on TV," or whatever. Sir is absolutely great. Trump talking about convalescent plasma. I mean, we're going to miss all this stuff. All right. Here is Vice President-elect Kamala Harris, and she is going to make, I imagine, a very powerful statement here. And we will monitor Donald Trump's Twitter feed for despondency as this continues. Just the last 15 seconds, I'm sure, have triggered so many people. This is going to be an interesting couple of years for sure. Let's listen.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. So, thank you. Good evening. So, Congressman John Lewis.
Uh-oh, this is going to be triggering.
Before his passing, wrote, "Democracy is not a state, it is an act." And what he meant was that America's democracy is not guaranteed. It is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. To guard it and never take it for granted. And protecting our democracy takes struggle, it takes sacrifice, but there is joy in it. And there is progress because we, the people, have the power to build a better future. And when our very democracy was on the ballot in this election, with the very soul of America at stake, and the world watching, you ushered in a new day for America. To our campaign staff and volunteers, this extraordinary team, thank you for bringing more people than ever before into the democratic process. And for making this victory possible. To the poll workers and election officials across our country who have worked tirelessly to make sure every vote is counted.
Clever to slip that in.
Our nation owes you a debt of gratitude. You have protected the integrity of our democracy. And to the American people who make up our beautiful country, thank you for turning out in record numbers to make your voices heard. And I know times have been challenging, especially the last several months. The grief, sorrow, and pain, the worries and the struggles. But we have also witnessed your courage, your resilience, and the generosity of your spirit. For 4 years, you marched and organized for equality and justice, for our lives and for our planet. And then you voted. And you delivered a clear message. You chose hope and unity, decency, science, and yes, truth. You chose Joe Biden as the next president of the United States of America.
Wow.
And Joe is a healer, a uniter, a tested and steady hand, a person whose own experience of loss gives him a sense of purpose that will help us as a nation reclaim our own sense of purpose, and a man with a big heart who loves with abandon. It's his love for Jill, who will be an incredible First Lady.
She will be best. We can be sure about that.
It's his love for Hunter and Ashley and his grandchildren and the entire Biden family. And while I first knew Joe as vice president, I really got to know him as the father who loved Bo, my dear friend who we remember here today. And to my husband, Doug, and our children, Cole and Ella, and my sister Maya, and our whole family, I love y'all more than I can ever express. We are so grateful to Joe and Jill for welcoming our family into theirs on this incredible journey. And to the woman most responsible for my presence here today, my mother, Kamala Harris, who is always in our hearts. When she came here from India at the age of 19, she maybe didn't quite imagine this moment, but she believed so deeply in an America where a moment like this is possible. And so I am thinking about her and about the generations of women, Black women, Asian, white, Latina, Native American women who throughout our nation's history have paved the way for this moment tonight. Women who fought and sacrificed so much for equality and liberty and justice for all, including the black women who are too often overlooked, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy. All the women who have worked to secure and protect the right to vote for over a century, 100 years ago with the 19th Amendment, 55 years ago with the Voting Rights Act, and now in 2020 with a new generation of women in our country who cast their ballots and continued the fight for their fundamental right to vote and be heard. Tonight, I reflect on their struggle, their determination, and the strength of their vision to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And I stand on their shoulders. And what a testament it is to Joe's character that he had the audacity to break one of the most substantial barriers that exists in our country and select a woman as his vice president. But while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last. Because every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities. And to the children of our country, regardless of your gender, our country has sent you a clear message. Dream with ambition, lead with conviction, and see yourselves in a way that others may not, simply because they've never seen it before. But know that we will applaud you every step of the way. And to the American people, no matter who you voted for, I will strive to be a vice president, like Joe was to President Obama, loyal, honest, and prepared, waking up every day thinking of you and your family. Because now is when the real work begins.
Right.
The hard work, the necessary work, the good work, the essential work to save lives and beat this epidemic, to rebuild our economy so it works for working people, to root out systemic racism in our justice system and society, to combat the climate crisis, to unite our country and heal the soul of our nation. And the road ahead will not be easy, but America is ready. And so are Joe and I. We have elected a president who represents the best in us, a leader the world will respect and our children will look up to, a commander-in-chief who will respect our troops and keep our country safe, and a president for all Americans. And it is now my great honor to introduce the President-elect of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
Joe doing the jog. Is anybody else finding it jarring that the speech wasn't riddled with lies and insulting other people? It's actually, I'm feeling the absence of those elements of a speech because it's kind of weird. Like, she didn't insult anybody. She didn't tell 100 lies or mispronounce 20 things while making completely and obviously bogus claims. It's strange. point was actually a little presidential history for you. That pretending to spot something in the crowd, even if it's just like a sign, acting like you saw someone, Bill Clinton perfected that.
Hello, my fellow Americans.
Will Joe deny science during this speech?
Delawareans. I see my buddy Senator Tom Carper down there, and I think Senator Coons is there, and I think the governor's around. And is that Ruth Ann? And that former Governor Ruth Ann Minner. Most importantly, my sisters-in-law and my sister Valerie. Anyway. Folks, the people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory, a victory for we the people. We've won with the most votes ever cast on a presidential ticket in the history of the nation. 74 million. What I must admit has surprised me. Tonight, we're seeing all over this nation, all cities and all parts of the country, indeed across the world, an outpouring of joy, of hope, renewed faith in tomorrow, bring a better day. And I'm humbled by the trust and confidence you've placed in me. I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify, who doesn't see red states and blue states, only sees the United States. And work with all my heart, with the confidence of the whole people, to win the confidence of all of you. And for that is what America, I believe, is about. It's about people. And that's what our administration will be all about. I sought this office to restore the soul of America, to rebuild the backbone of this nation, the middle class, and to make America respected around the world again, and to unite us here at home. It's the honor of my lifetime that so many millions of Americans have voted for that vision. And now, the work of making that vision is real. It's a task, the task of our time. Folks, as I said many times before, I'm Jill's husband. And I would not be here without her love and tireless support of Jill and my son Hunter and Ashley, my daughter, and all our grandchildren and their spouses and all our family. They're my heart. Jill's a mom, a military mom, an educator. And she has dedicated her life to education. But teaching isn't just what she does, it's who she is. For American educators, this is a great day for y'all. You're going to have one of your own in the White House. And Jill's going to make a great first lady. I'm so proud of her.
But what about Betsy DeVos? I don't know.
And I'll have the honor of serving with the fantastic vice president who you just heard from, Kamala Harris, who makes history as the first woman, first black woman, the first woman from South Asian descent, the first daughter of an immigrant ever elected in this country. Don't tell me it's not possible in the United States. It's long overdue. And we're reminded tonight of those who fought so hard for so many years to make this happen. But once again, America's bent the arc of the moral universe more toward justice. Kamala, Doug, like it or not, your family, you become an honorary Biden, there's no way out. All those of you who volunteered and worked the polls in the middle of this pandemic, local elected officials, you deserve a special thanks from the entire nation. And to my campaign team and all the volunteers and all who gave so much of themselves to make this moment possible, I owe you. I owe you. I owe you everything. And to all those who supported us, I'm proud of the campaign we built and ran. I'm proud of the coalition we put together, the broadest and most diverse coalition in history. Democrats, Republicans, independents, progressives, moderates, conservatives, young, old, urban, suburban, rural, gay, straight, transgender, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. I mean it, especially for those moments, and especially for those moments where this campaign was at its lowest ebb. The African-American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. I said at the outset, I wanted to represent this campaign to represent and look like America. We've done that. Now that's what I want the administration to look like and act like. For all those of you who voted for President Trump, I understand the disappointment tonight. I've lost a couple times myself, but now let's give each other a chance.
Very un-Trump-like.
It's time to put away the harsh rhetoric, lower the temperature, see each other again, listen to each other again. And to make progress, we have to stop treating our opponents as our enemies. They are not our enemies. They are Americans. They're Americans. The Bible tells us, to everything there is a season, a time to build, a time to reap and a time to sow, and a time to heal. This is the time to heal in America. Now this campaign is over. What is the will of the people? What is our mandate? I believe it's this. Americans have called upon us to marshal the forces of decency, the forces of fairness, to marshal the forces of science and the forces of hope in the great battles of our time. The battle to control the virus, the battle to build prosperity, the battle to secure your family's health care, the battle to achieve racial justice and root out systemic racism in this country, and the battle to save our planet by getting climate under control, the battle to restore decency, defend democracy, and give everybody in this country a fair shot. That's all they're asking for, a fair shot. Folks, our work begins with getting COVID under control. We cannot repair the economy, restore our vitality, or relish life's most precious moments, hugging our grandchildren, our children, our birthdays, weddings, graduations, all the moments that matter most to us until we get it under control. On Monday, I will name a group of leading scientists and experts as transition advisors to help take the Biden-Harris COVID plan and convert it into an action blueprint that will start on January the 20th.
Yeah, this is exactly what we talked about yesterday. He should start a parallel coronavirus task force right now. Sounds like he's going to do it.
It will be constructed out of compassion, empathy, and concern. I will spare no effort, none, or any commitment to turn around this pandemic. Folks, I'm a proud Democrat, but I will govern as an American president. I'll work as hard for those who didn't vote for me as those who did. Let this grim era of demonization in America begin to end here and now. The refusal of Democrats and Republicans to cooperate with one another, it's not some mysterious force beyond our control. It's a decision a choice we make. And if we can decide not to cooperate, then we can decide to cooperate. And I believe that this is part of the mandate given to us from the American people. They want us to cooperate in their interest. And that's the choice I'll make. And I'll call on Congress, Democrats and Republicans alike, to make that choice with me. The American story is about slow yet steadily widening the opportunities in America. And make no mistake, too many dreams have been deferred for too long. We must make the promise of the country real for everybody, no matter their race, their ethnicity, their faith, their identity, or their disability. Folks, America has always been shaped by inflection points, by moments in time where we've made hard decisions about who we are and what we want to be. Lincoln in 1860, coming to save the Union. FDR in 1932, promising a beleaguered country a new deal. JFK in 1960, pledging a new frontier. And 12 years ago, when Barack Obama made history, he told us, yes, we can. Well, folks, we stand at an inflection point. We have an opportunity to defeat despair, to build a nation of prosperity and purpose. We can do it. I know we can. I've long talked about the battle for the soul of America. We must restore the soul of America. Our nation is shaped by the constant battle between our better angels and our darkest impulses. And what presidents say in this battle matters. It's time for our better angels to prevail. Tonight, the whole world is watching America. And I believe at our best, America is a beacon for the globe. We will lead not only by the example of our power, but by the power of our example. I've always believed, many of you heard me say it, I've always believed we can define America in one word: possibilities. That in America, everyone should be given an opportunity to go as far as their dreams and God-given ability will take them. You see, I believe in the possibilities of this country. We're always looking ahead to an America that's freer and more just, ahead to an America that creates jobs with dignity and respect, ahead of America that cures diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's, ahead to an America that never leaves anyone behind, ahead of America that never gives up, never gives in. This is a great nation. It's always been a bad bet to bet against America. We're good people. This is the United States of America, and there's never been anything we've been not able to do when we've done it together. Folks, in the last days of the campaign, I began thinking about a hymn that means a lot to me and my family, particularly my deceased son, Bo. It captures the faith that sustains me and which I believe sustains America. And I hope it can provide some comfort and solace to 230,000 Americans who've lost a loved one to this terrible virus this year. My heart goes out to each and every one of you. Hopefully this hymn gives you solace as well. And it goes like this. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, and make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. And now together, on eagle's wings, we embark on the work that God and history have called upon us to do, with full hearts and steady hands, with faith in America and in each other, with love of country, a thirst for justice. Let us be the nation that we know we can be, a nation united, a nation strengthened, a nation healed, the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, there's never been anything we've tried we've not been able to do. So remember, As our grandpapa used to say when I walked out of his home when I was a kid up in Scranton, he'd say, Joey, keep the faith. And our grandmother, when she was alive, she yelled, no, Joey, spread it. Spread the faith. God love you all. May God bless America, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Wow, a very, very different speech. Joe Biden leaving the science denial completely out of the speech. Leaving the insults and the nicknames completely out of the speech. Leaving attacks out of the speech. And very, very different than what we've been used to, that's for sure. Jarring almost, seeing Joe Biden and Kamala Harris relate to their loved ones like normal people, something we've not seen at all from Donald Trump. It's not even really clear he likes his wife or kids, or that they really like him, other than seeking his approval in some kind of strange way. But very, very different for sure than what we have been seeing for the last 4 years, that's for sure. No mention of quack cures or saying he or others should or could inject themselves with bleach or take hydroxychloroquine or anything like that. Really just an injection of sanity. Wow, what a day. The work continues, right? And I think it's important when we watch this to remember, it's not like now we get everything we want and healthcare's done and the virus is fixed. It's just an inflection point, I think, is the important way to say it. Exactly the way that Joe Biden did. I think that is the key. There is Hunter Biden. Clearly, he's still alive, and we figured out where he is, and he's here. He doesn't have the laptop from hell with him or anything like that. Probably has a phone, but no laptop, at least that I can see. Kamala Harris's husband, Doug Emhoff. Again, just notable in its normality, guys. That's I don't know how else to say it. It's just everybody's acting like normal people. And it doesn't mean we agree with them on all policy. But it means that we at least can have conversations that are like normal people. And that is a big, big change. Let's listen to a little more of what's going on. All right, getting a little risky as far as copyright goes with the Tom Petty. So we know even posthumously, Tom Petty could be very, very aggressive as far as the as far as the copyright goes. Donald Trump, I believe, not tweeting during this. Let's just check. If he did tweet, it would certainly be in all caps, but nope, no tweets. Donald Trump's last word hours ago, 71 million legal votes, the most ever for a sitting president. Of course, 75 million legal votes, the most ever for any candidate. And really, the kind of stupidity of that is as the country's population grows, you would expect that the number of votes any one candidate can garner would go up. What matters to me is turnout and, of course, the margin. And the margin is looking pretty damn strong right now. And, of course, as many people are pointing out, this concept of legal votes, they are votes, right? They are votes. I know people are noticing that YMCA is not playing. That is welcome for me. I'm told Don Jr. is tweeting. Let's just take a look at that. Donald Trump Jr. People. Where is Donald Trump Jr.? Here. Oh, no, hold on. Donald Trump Jr. Here it is. He is reportedly tweeting. No, he's not tweeting. Oh, wait, 54 minutes ago. The media spent 5 years falsely calling Trump a racist and misogynist, and yet he increased his support with women and every minority group. Oh, my God. Pack your bags. It's like, who cares? How long are they going to do? They should all just stop tweeting. What is the point? Just the level of being triggered at this point is crazy. Listen, I want to hear from some of you guys. Let's open up the phone lines on Discord at davidpakman.com/Discord and hear from you. You go to davidpakman.com/Discord. You get into the waiting lobby, change your nickname to location:_name. Location:_name. And if you are a Trump supporter, I would be interested in knowing that. Put at the beginning Trump of your location. If anybody is just lying about that in order to get on, then we will stop going to all of those people. So please don't lie about it. We all lose if you lie about it. Okay, let's go first to Jeff from Atlanta. Jeff from Atlanta. Oh, hold on a second. Actually, everything is going wrong here. Let me first connect. Jeff from Atlanta, are you on?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me, David?
Yeah, what's going on?
Hey, great to hear from you. I'm actually glad that I got to speak with you. Wanted to ask if you think that there is going to be any remnants of the Trump administration left once Biden takes over.
Do you mean in terms of people that will work for Biden, or just if Trumpism will be around?
So Trump actually like Trump family.
Oh my God! No, of course, no. They're not even officially there now. I mean, that's the crazy thing. No. Ivanka's out. They're all out, my friend. They should be out in the next week. If I were them, I would just get rid of them now.
That is a very comforting thing to say. Hey, and I really appreciate you taking my call and love your rise to success, and hope that things go well for you this year.
Thanks very much. That's a perfect phone call. If I've ever seen one. That is a beautiful phone call. Let's go next to, where do we want to go next? There's just so many people. All right, let's go to Ronald Reagan just briefly. What's going on?
Hey, D-Man, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Pretty good. I want to get your take on something that's making me anxious.
Okay.
Which is the talk of unity and coming together. On the one hand, intellectually, I understand that he kind of has to say that stuff. On the other hand, I worry that he might be naive, and he might be the kind of guy who's going to want to be cutting deals, cutting Social Security in order to get whatever.
Joe Biden is not going to cut Social Security. You're saying a lot of things that are perfectly phrased. But Joe Biden is not cutting Social Security. Put it out of your mind. That's not happening. Where I think the naivete or naivety, I've heard it pronounced both ways. I prefer naivete. Where I think you're right is if Joe Biden expects to make deals with Republicans in the Senate, get the hell out of here. I mean, it's what would have to be given up in order to do that is laughable, and he should never do it. These are toxic, terrible people. They said in 2016, you don't put somebody in in the Supreme Court in the last year. They put someone in 7 days before. So forget that. Now, if Joe Biden wants to, nominally put one Republican somewhere in a position, get some Republican ambassadors and maybe an undersecretary somewhere. Okay, yeah, I'm okay with that as long as it doesn't disrupt his actual policy. But if he's expecting to be making deals with Republicans like normal people, I agree with you 100%. It's ridiculous. Raygun? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, you're there. Okay.
I got cut off. All right. Thanks, Che.
All right, thank you very much. And your Spanish is strong still, right? I've heard.
It's very strong.
Very strong.
Some are saying more and more people are talking about it, actually. But yeah,
more and more people. There's one question. When you do you represent clients in Spanish?
Well, I mean, I meet with them in Spanish and do a lot of translating. My bachelor's is in Spanish interpretation and translation. So
is that right? And then
yes,
where's your JD from?
University of Oregon.
That's a strong college, actually. That's a strong college.
Yeah. So have me on your show, your Spanish show sometime. We'll talk immigration and
yeah. All right, counselor. Thank you.
All right.
All right. Very good. There's a Ronald Reagan, attorney at law, not his real name, obviously. But a good guy for sure. Let's go next to Hallie from Texas. Texas came so close, Hallie.
Hey, yeah, I know I was really hoping that we would pull it through this year, but we actually made a pretty good, decent representation.
Absolutely.
As far as, the big cities.
Oh my God. Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong, Hallie, but Houston, Austin, and San Antonio and Dallas all going blue, right? But is Fort Worth sort of the pariah there?
Yeah, it's like the largest. It's like the densest city.
Right.
Fort Worth is like right outside of Dallas.
And they went red, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of like a lot of the older people in that city live in Fort Worth and then like kind of travel in. It's like the suburbs.
Got it. Got it. Well, what can I do for you?
Yeah. So I had one specific question with all like the, and I'm holding up quotation marks here, but the controversies as far as voter fraud.
Right.
The only thing that I was specifically worried about was since we do have a pandemic that's going on right now, what if someone were to mail in a vote and then pass away during that count?
I believe that, in other words, it was a legal vote at the time that they cast it, but they died by November 3rd.
Yes.
To be perfectly frank, I think those votes probably count, and I think it's an insignificant number.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was my only question.
Curious, are you clicking a mouse or typing something?
I am typing. I have a mechanical keyboard.
Oh, okay. And are you like, what are you, I'm curious, as we're talking, what are you what do you find it, what are you typing now?
I am playing a video game because I'm a gamer.
Cool. All right. Any particular game?
Black Desert Online. It's a MMO.
MMO. All right. Very good.
Yep.
Okay. Hallie from Texas. Thank you. You will be getting a number of different dating requests now from the people watching on Twitch. But that it'd be something you can deal with later. Thank you.
I'm so excited. Can't wait.
All
Thanks,
right.
David.
Gamers rise up. Thank you so much. Okay. Let's go next to what a night, right? Let's go next to maybe someone we've not spoken to before. How about Carter from Colorado? Carter? Carter, you're on live. Oh, Carter bailed. Okay, I'm sorry. Carter bailed. Let's see instead then. Wow, there's people from a lot of different countries. I don't know where it's most interesting to go. Let's try again. I tried him the other day. Guido from Argentina. I would love to have an Argentinian on. You're on the air right now.
David, querido, ¿cómo andas?
¿Cómo estás?
¿Todo bien, vos?
Bien, bien.
Bien, me alegro, che. Mi pregunta era la siguiente.
Sí.
Te quería preguntar si tenías miedo de que el trumpismo, digamos, siga en tu país.
Ah, ok. ¿Puedo responder en inglés?
Sí, quiero decir un poco más. ¿Viste como hay un antes y un después con Perón? Tengo miedo que pase lo mismo con Trump.
Okay. So this is a great question, which is, am I worried that Trumpism will continue? And the answer is, it's not that I'm worried. Of course it will continue. 70 million people voted for Trump. And so this is a mind virus. And we have to understand that it's not about, sure, there are ignorant Trumpists, but it's not really about ignorance. And sure, there are Trumpists who just don't care about other people, but that misunderstands it. And the Democratic Party needs to understand Biden almost didn't win. Completely mishandled pandemic, insulting people, global laughingstock, on and on and on. And Trump almost got reelected. And so Trumpism is going to remain. And Democrats had better figure out that if you can't win easily in this situation, you're probably doing something a little wrong. ¿Qué te parece?
Sí. Yo tengo mucho miedo por eso, la verdad. Siento que como dijo Biden, que es un punto de cambio, pero siento que no sé si va a ser sí o sí un punto de cambio muy positivo.
Estoy de acuerdo. Mira, milanesa de pollo o de carne.
Milanga de carne.
¿En serio?
Sí.
Wow.
Milanga de carne.
Wow. Bueno, de pollo.
De pollo. Bueno, bien ahí. Chao, querido.
Chao, gracias. Nos vemos. Okay, so my last question there was, milanesa, a traditional Argentinian dish with Italian origin. He prefers the beef. I prefer the chicken, but that's something for that's a debate as old as time itself, or at least 150 years. We'll have to wait to adjudicate that. Let's go to Kelly. This should be interesting. Kelly from Helsinki, Finland, I presume. Kelly from Helsinki, you're on. Kelly
Hi,
from
David, how you doing?
it's a gentleman named Kelly.
Yeah, indeed.
How are you?
Doing well here in Helsinki. Thank you so much for taking my call.
It's quite late there, is it not?
Yeah, it's like 4.
Got it. Well, I won't keep you up too long then.
I've been staying awake for days with this stuff, and
Yeah.
it's been crazy, but happy to see Biden win.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Did you have a question today, or?
Well, I was just thinking that after Trump leaves office, that he would become a right-wing conspiracy person like Bannon and Limbaugh.
Well, he's already one. I mean, he doesn't have to leave in order to make that happen.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So at any rate, thanks so much for taking my call.
But before you go, Helsinki, I love Helsinki. Have you ever been to, I believe it's a place called, hold on a second. It's a burger place. The owner was on some cooking show. It's called like, not Tasty Burger. Is it like Yummy Burger? Or do you know what place I'm talking about? It's not too far from
Well, there's Hesse Burger.
No, that's not
which is a chain.
No, not a chain. No.
Yeah. I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Is it Naughty Burger? Is there a place called Naughty Burger?
Oh, well, there is something. Gosh, it could be Naughty Burger, something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I've been there. And then the other thing I would say is there is this central sort of, I guess it's a central market. And it is near, I think, a train station maybe. And there's all these stalls, food stalls. What's it called?
Yeah, there's basically a food chain. There's a whole food market near the Asema. We call them Asemas. They're stations here in Helsinki.
Yes,
and so on. So as an American living here in Finland.
Okay, you just got cut off. Oh, so you're American. You're not Finn. Hello. Okay, he's gone. Very good. I think he self-owned there. That's weird. I don't know what happened there. That was really strange. That's bizarre. He's just gone. Okay, all right. Well, we're going to move on. I was going to do a rant about smoked salmon, but all right. Let's go to a supposed Trumpist, Danny in the UK. Danny, you're in the UK and you're a Trumpist.
Hi, David. Yeah. So I was actually born in the UK, but I moved to San Bernardino County. I voted for Trump in 2016. I voted for Trump this year purely because I feel like we don't have enough background information on the Epstein thing and possibly Joe being involved. I know I see a lot of pictures of him sniffing kids. I don't know if those have been edited.
Hold on one second. Let me just stop you right there. You know Trump and Epstein were friends, right? Did you know that?
I do.
Okay. Did you know Trump and Epstein were both named as defendants in a rape case by a 13-year-old?
I did. But
okay. And did you know that Trump has spent time with Epstein and has been on his plane? And like, there's no connection between Biden and Epstein. You know that, right?
No, I heard that, he had a...
Well, you heard, but you know about Trump's connection, right?
No.
But you just said you were aware of the things I just mentioned. You said, yes, I know. That was 30 seconds ago. And he's gone. Okay. All right. That was, Jesus. That is weaponized. If that's real, that's extremely weaponized. Let's go to Paulina from Melbourne, Australia. Paulina, you're on the air.
Hi, David. Can you hear me?
You're coming in loud and clear.
Hi. I just want to say congratulations on your YouTube channel and all the viewership. I've been watching the last couple of days.
Thank you.
With very little sleep, but I'm very happy with the outcome, and I'm so excited for Joe Biden and Kamala.
Do you believe that from the standpoint of Australia, will we be less of a laughingstock now?
Definitely, 100%.
That's good.
100%. Trump in the last 4 years has literally been a joke.
Yeah.
And for a lot of Australians, it embarrassing.
And out of curiosity, is there a rivalry between Australians and New Zealanders, or is it relatively collegial?
No, I think for both countries, we're pretty much friends and comrades. We just joke with each other every once in a while. Like, we get competitive when it comes to like certain sports, maybe.
Really?
But yeah, no. Yeah. I think rugby, I'm not a sport type, but I think it's like just sports and stuff like that. But no, we're all good.
Where is the coffee better? Because New Zealand, I know, is very, very pretentious about their coffee.
Oh no, Melbourne coffee is better.
It is? Oh, wow. Okay, so I
Melbourne
think
coffee
we've
is
hit
the
a
best.
nerve. We've hit a nerve.
Yeah, no, Melbourne coffee is really good.
Excellent. All
We're
right,
known
well,
for our coffee.
I hope to someday adjudicate it myself.
Definitely, should definitely come down. But I'll just say, just as a comment, I think with Joe Biden's speech, it was just really nice to hear something that's non-divisive.
Yes.
And just really normal, uniting people.
Right.
Nothing about, no contempt, no hatred.
He didn't insult anybody. He didn't accuse anyone of dementia without evidence. He didn't accuse anybody of being unable to think without evidence. He didn't do any of that. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was really nice to hear.
Now, I do think it's relevant to say, let's just mention, this is the right speech for today. Eventually, we're going to be judging Biden on what he gets done, as it should be.
Oh, 100%. Definitely.
Absolutely. Paulina, it sounds like we're 100% simpatico.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
Okay, thank you so much. There's Paulina from Melbourne, Australia. People wanting to check in from all over the world. Let's go to a Trumpist from Maryland. Trumpist from Maryland, you're on the air.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, just want to ask you one big question here.
Yep.
How's your channel going to do since Trump's out?
I think it'll do very well.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, the channel's been growing for 11 years, and Trump was in for 3.5 of them. So I think it'll do well.
But generally, you would say the growth was exponentially bigger when Trump was around, right?
Well, let's see. There's a lot of Trumpists who struggle with exponential growth and that concept. What do you mean by exponential?
I mean, generally greater than before Trump was even introduced to your channel.
Okay, because that's very different. So you're just saying, was there greater growth? The answer is yes, there was greater growth.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but not exponential.
Okay, greater, but still, bigger than it was before.
Yeah.
So how's it gonna go from here on out? Are you still gonna be still? Because there's gonna be like Biden is the positive side supposedly, right? So what
Sorry, what you're saying? What you said? What Biden's the positive side of what?
Of the leftists, right? So now there's no right, supposedly. Like all we have is the Senate, and that's it.
No, there's still 70. There's still 70. There's still 70 million Trumpists. It's unclear who's going to control the Senate. Yeah, but I guess I'm not sure I know what you're asking.
I'm just generally speaking that overall, I don't see your channel growing since Trump's out.
I'm wondering why you would say that, given that it grew during George W. Bush and Barack Obama, and why would the growth stop now?
Because it reached its peak, right? Trump's getting out of office now.
Okay.
There's
and
not
what?
gonna
But
be much,
what evidence do you have for that?
Let's see in the past. Let's see these next coming months.
Okay, let's do it. Anything else?
I think that's it. Yeah,
that's it. Okay. All right. Very good. Well, let's check in. Thank you. I appreciate that. Good. All right. So Trump is checking in really, really strongly. Let's go next to a Trumpist from Dallas, Texas. Trumpist from Dallas, Texas is next.
Yes. Hello.
Hello. You're on the air.
Hey, what's up, Pat? I gotta be honest. It's been a weird night. It's been. I'm just gonna kind of go mask off here and be a little bit vulnerable.
Are you able to get on mic in any way? You sound like you're 50 feet away or in a wind tunnel or something.
Can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Okay, fantastic. Yeah, like so many other millions of Americans, I'm young. I'm just out of college.
Yeah. You're out of college.
So I guess that'd be my question to you. I know when Trump was first brought into office, Jared Kushner made a lot of promises, including negotiating peace in the Middle East on top of tackling the opioid pandemic, which was hard to believe at the time. And I guess I'm hoping to see some progress there. As far as my Trump stance, honestly, I think I have a route similar to many others, and I could be wrong on this, but opioids, they steal your soul, right? I mean, they take everything from you.
Yeah.
And remove you from friends, family. And as absurd as it seems, finding just a fraction of a connection with others, there's the lib tears, there's the, that stuff cringy years ago. But when you're able to find just, no matter how tiny of a community it is, even if it's something where 2 years ago you weren't even that politically engaged, when you're at such a point in your life where, it's just a binary lifestyle of either doing drugs or scamming money to get drugs.
Yeah.
You kind of look towards anything. It kind of has me sympathetic when I, hear Leah Remini talk about Scientology or whatnot. And, so I did hear a lot of discussions regarding, AOC's tweet in particular.
Dude, I was trying to, excuse me, I apologize for, I was going to try to just.
I'm not the worst guy.
I was going to just try to let it go for a little while. What on earth are you talking about? Are you talking about opioids, AOC, voting Trump? I don't know what you're talking about right now. Are you?
Yeah. I guess just what I guess I was just seeing what Trump would do, what Biden plans to do about the opioid pandemic.
Wouldn't you want to research that before deciding who to vote for? Or why did you vote for Trump? I'm so confused by this call.
I didn't. I think I was just lost, and that's why I sympathized with his cause. And that's about it. That's the.
Oh, okay. Wait a second. So you're saying you voted? Did you just vote Trump, or you voted Trump in 2016?
I was apathetic. All of my friends did. It was.
No, but I'm asking you. Did you vote? Did you vote for? Have you ever voted for Trump? Let me take the questions one at a time. Have you ever voted?
In 2016 only, correct.
You voted for Trump in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't vote for anybody this time?
No, I did not.
And you're wondering what Joe Biden's policy on opioids is?
That's correct.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you for the call. We figured that out. It took just a tiny bit of time. Let's do one more Trumpist, then we'll get back to other calls. Chris the Trumpist. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, please set to do not disturb so we don't hear those blings.
Okay, sorry about that.
Pleasure.
I've been watching some Tim Pool recently, and I've heard that Trump's only legal path to the court is through the courts. And I'm curious what your thoughts are on that.
Joe Biden got more votes in enough states to get 270 electoral votes, so he will be the next president.
But I've been hearing that he's going to challenge it, and that it would go to the House delegates.
All right, well, let's see.
All right, let's see. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Wow. This is a crazy day, guys. This is a crazy, crazy day. Let me see if we can get to something a little more normal. Let's go to Bailey from Texas.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
What's up, man? First of all, I've been watching for a long time.
Thank you.
Second of all, I feel like we haven't talked policy or even discussed it in a while. I don't mean to loop back to another caller's question, but what makes you think that Biden won't try to lower Social Security? He did it, or he attempted it with Obama.
Wrong.
And I think he will try to do anything to pass it through. And
okay, let's talk about that. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
Why would Joe Biden? You're saying Joe Biden are we talking when you say lower Social Security? Do you mean Social Security benefits?
Exactly.
And do you mean to people already receiving Social Security or the future benefit scale?
I mean to people already receiving.
Okay, not going to happen. Just impossible. Not going to happen.
I mean,
why would he do that? First of all, why would he do that, and what legal path would there be to do that?
Well, I think he's going to try to use it as a bartering chip with the Republicans.
How do you do it legally? How do you do it legally?
Pass a law, amend it.
Amend what?
I feel like there's a little different options there.
There's not. No, listen. First of all,
sorry, I don't mean to be combative.
Joe Biden hasn't suggested lowering benefits on existing recipients of Social Security. Lowering benefits on existing recipients it would be so close to impossible that no one is even mentioning it. Even when people talk about lowering Social Security benefits, they're talking about future benefits. Is that something you knew?
Obviously, that's something I considered, but my main fear.
No, but I really want to talk this through. Are you aware that the conversation about Social Security benefits is about future benefits from people not yet receiving benefits? I'm just wondering if you knew that, and if you didn't, it's cool.
Well, I knew that portion. I just automatically assumed it meant also people currently enrolled.
It doesn't. Okay, so that's step one. So that's a key. That's a key thing to understand. Secondly, what has Joe Biden said that makes you think he wants to lower Social Security benefits?
Well, here's the thing. No politician ever openly says that, hey, we want to lower your Social Security benefits. No politician says, hey, we don't want to cover pre-existing conditions. But behind closed doors, both sides of the parties both keep trying to do that.
Perfect. So what I'm asking is, so no, both parties don't keep trying to do that. So what I'm saying is, what evidence do you have that that's secretly something Joe Biden wants to do?
I don't think it's something that he wants to do, but I think if Mitch McConnell puts a deal on the table to expand healthcare, and that's a takeaway for it, he'll do it.
Why would Mitch McConnell try to expand healthcare?
I'm saying if Biden puts a plan forward to expand healthcare and cover the Medicaid healthcare gap, that Mitch McConnell will return with a counter.
Listen, I think it's never going to happen. What you're not understanding is even Republicans who talk about lowering benefits, they typically are talking not just about eliminating benefits. They want to move some portion over to private industry to give the financial industry the ability to make money from some of those deductions. Like there's almost no one who really wants to just cut benefits. It's a complete non-starter politically. Biden's not talking about it. Biden didn't try to do it under Obama. I think you really got to look into this stuff a little more. And, you're essentially mind reading at this point. You're saying even though no one is actually saying it, nor could it be done, nor would it be politically feasible, you have the idea that it's something Biden would accept. I mean, I don't think we're not going to solve any big problems thinking this way. I don't think.
I mean, that's definitely fair.
Fair.
I don't necessarily disagree with anything you said.
Beautiful. All right, good. Appreciate the call. Thank you so much. Let's go next to Luna from New York City. Man, it is a full moon out there. Luna, what's going on? Luna from New York City, you're on right now. Luna, I can hear you in the background, but you're actually on right now. Luna, last opportunity, you're on right now. Yes, I can hear you. Okay, you got to mute the stream and just listen in Discord. Mute the stream and listen in Discord.
I'm using Discord.
Yeah, mute the stream and just talk to me on Discord.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, you got to mute the stream and just listen. Yeah, mute the stream and just.
Oh, Luna. Luna? All right, sorry, Luna. I wanted to talk to you. I really did, but you've got to mute the stream and just talk to me on Discord. Let's see who else we have here. Wow, there's just a lot happening right now. Why don't we go to... Oh, these things are just clicking in and out very, very rapidly. Let's go to William from Vegas. William from Las Vegas, you're on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Thank you for taking my call. I've been trying to get in touch with you ever since our mayor did that crazy interview on CNN. Basically, I have one comment / commendation and one question.
Yep.
Thank you so much for the critical thinking series on YouTube. I can't spread that around enough.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that. That's a fantastic series. My question now, we have people that voted for Trump.
Yes.
A cancer in the nation. What do we do now?
That is going to be something I discuss on Monday. That's a huge topic. What do we do with the 70 million Trumpists? And just ignoring them doesn't work. That's how, you barely defeat Trump, right? So just ignoring them doesn't work, but they are here and something has to be done. And I want to think about that, and that'll be a big topic on the Monday show.
Thank you so much. I look forward to it. Thanks for everything that you're doing out there.
Hey, quick question. You ever go to Vesta Coffee Roasters in Vegas?
But I will make a venture to do that now. I appreciate that. Can you spell that out for me real quick? Or is that V-E-S-T-A, Vesta?
That's exactly right. V-E-S as in Steve, T as in Tom, A as in apple, like a Granny Smith apple. Great place. Excellent coffee. Recommend the avocado toast. Every time I go to Vegas, I go there.
Check it out, and I'll report back. Thank you very much.
Very good. We seem to be on a bit of a delay there, but we were still able to communicate, which I like. Let's go next to Jim from Ecuador. Jim from Ecuador.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you? I can hear you fine.
Good. So I moved to Ecuador from South Dakota a few months ago.
Oh, wow.
And I just had a couple of questions. I'm kind of from flyover country from Trump's base. And we actually passed recreational and medicinal marijuana. And I'm a chronically ill person. So I just was wondering kind of your thoughts about that. And a bunch of other states passed it as well.
Yes.
And then also COVID is kind of a big problem here with people not refusing to wear masks. I think South Dakota this last week was number one in the world for per capita positive testing.
Uh-oh. You still there?
For taking
we have a bit of a touch and go connection. Are you asking about COVID in Ecuador or South Dakota? Oh boy, our connection I think is just not quite good enough right there. That's a complex phone call, and I think the connection is just a little bit short of where it needs to be in order to be able to carry it out. Let's next go to wait, hold on. I had somebody I wanted to talk to here. There's people from all over the world and the country right now. It's crazy. Let's go to Lucy from Atlanta. Lucy from Atlanta, you're on the air. Lucy from Atlanta. Hey, how are you? Yes, I can.
Okay, awesome. Well, I just wanted to say that there's a lot going on and a lot unknown in the future. But the one thing that we do know about right now is that we have a lot of hope for this country, and there's a lot coming into play in the future. But today we elected a woman of color into one of the highest positions in our country. And I know I personally broke down into tears watching.
Yeah.
And I feel American pride for the first time in I don't know how long. And I just wanted to say that.
Thanks, Lucy. Message received. The connection is very, very touch and go. I really appreciate the call. The connection's touch and go, and I know that there are people who think this is the problem is on my end. I can assure you that this problem is not on my end. We had a bunch of perfect phone calls, and then we just got a couple that didn't go quite so well. Okay, I'll take a couple more. Let's see who else we can go to. Let's try Samantha from Texas. Samantha from Texas, you're on the air.
Hello?
Is this Samantha?
Hello?
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, so I just kind of came on here because I noticed you were just taking girl names. Tried to slide on in.
Okay. Sorry, but I'm alternating. Or going 2 and 2. Obviously, we're not going to do that because then everybody starts doing it. So we we're running a clean server here. We count all votes and there's no membership fraud or anything like that. We're going to all do it well. All right, let's go to Celeste from New York City. Celeste, you're on. Celeste from New York City, you're on the air. And Celeste from New York City. All right, very good. Okay, let's now go back. Let's go to, hold on, oh my God. If you guys could only see what it was that was going on here. Let's go to Matt from Arizona. Matt from Arizona, you're on. Matt from Arizona, please unmute. You are on.
About that.
Matt from Arizona, there you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I apologize. Yeah, great night. I mean, today, when I woke up, I woke up kind of late.
Okay.
And seeing that Biden had won Pennsylvania,
right?
I mean, today has just been amazing. So
yes.
I do have a question.
Sure.
As far as 2020, I know you don't like to jump to the next thing. I know 2022 is the next thing, but 2024, it just jumped in my mind right now. And it's like, if Biden does maybe just a decent job, not even a good job, and then we have so many Democrat candidates, and then Trump does run in 2024, I don't know. That scares me.
I don't think Trump's running in 2024, but let's worry about that when we come to it. We literally can't do anything about that now. It's not within our control. What's within our control now is let's have John Ossoff win the runoff in Georgia. You know, like that's actionable. There's nothing actionable about Trump 2024 yet.
That's true. That's why I said I know you don't like to jump to that, but it did pop into my mind and it's terrifying.
No, I understand, but let's deal with Georgia first. Is my idea.
Yeah, for sure. So the path to a Dem majority in the Senate is just on that, or is there...
You know, I actually have not looked at Senate numbers since it's been the weekend. I've just been monitoring Biden and then streaming when there's Biden news. I actually don't know. I would need to look at that. I'll have a report on it Monday.
Oh, that sounds great. Well, I mean, I appreciate everything you do, David. I've been watching for like maybe 4 or 5 years now. So
amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. Very good to hear from you. Guys, let me get just a very quick update from the standpoint of membership numbers, because there are some numbers. I've never seen numbers like this before. We just got another, 63 additional website members, which puts us at 514. Is my math okay? And then with an additional, 23. Oh, no, nothing. A couple more, 2 more on Twitch puts us at 516. We're taking a fresh start, guys. So please consider, this is so simple. You go to my website, joinpacman.com. You use the coupon code Fresh Start. You get 70% off. This isn't means tested. You don't have to pass a test. You don't have to successfully explain to me why you voted for Trump, as some people were unable to do today. You just use the coupon code, you sign up, and beautiful things happen. Okay, now, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to go to something a little bit different today. I was supposed to participate in a fundraiser today with former producer Lewis, who you see here on Twitch, raising money for children's hospitals. I was supposed to do it at 8 p.m. That's when Biden spoke. I wasn't able to do it, okay? I feel really bad. So what I want to do is eventually on Twitch, I'm going to raid this channel, but you guys can find Lewis at twitch.tv/BigLou49, BigLou 49. Let's go over, let's just see what's happening over on Lewis's stream, okay?
But I found a body on the other end of decontam.
It is possible. You're self-reporting.
Yeah, I think it's you, because me and Lou were in there together. He didn't kill me. I don't know. That was my litmus test.
Aiden's been like I've seen running around.
Okay, anyway, so that's going to be doing it for me today. We've had the speech and we've had it all. We are now going to raid Lewis. If you're, oh my God, this is getting crazy.
He's the only person I've seen running around.
It's getting crazy. Let's do it. Let's do it. If you're watching on Twitch, we're going to go over there. I'll be back with you guys very soon. If you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, go to twitch.tv/BigLou49. Please donate to his fundraiser. I didn't get to do a fundraiser today. Donate to Lewis's fundraiser. I'll be watching him. I'll be in the chat. I will see you guys there.